It's that time of the morning again where we meet to pause. Ooh, to pause. I don't know how your morning was. How was it? If you're online, maybe you want to tell me. Have you been already practicing something, or, just how do you arrive in yourself? The more I fall out of the resistance of looking after myself, in a sense that resisting means to me that I feel like I'm running through a protocol of, hey, Jess, good to have you here as well. You can, if you want to, you can stay quiet for now. I mean, you can stay on mute. I'm just doing an intro to this meditation and where we're going today in this presencing, in being, in loving presence in being. Yes, loving presence in being. So loving, that word is to me meaningful as, is it loving to me to stay in my bed and just kind of wait for the next few minutes to come to the point of where I have to run so I can meet my appointments? Or is loving to me currently making an effort just to have the time to do whatever kind of arises for me in this morning? And that's like a mantra for me, like in the morning when I get up, between getting up and wondering why I'm not properly waking up at times and feeling I should be wide awake, because that's been like 4 decades of trying to be somewhere, like being in school, being wherever, and then suddenly shifting the protocol to say, like, it's not about showing up as a yoga teacher, meditation guide, whatever, and look wide awake. It's about showing up for myself. And so today's meditation, I wanted to start with a quote from Anais Nin. I'm not sure if I'm saying her name right, and I hope I do. So the poem, or the short introduction, goes, and the time came when the risk to remain tight in a bud was more painful than the risk it took to blossom. So, I think that's where we are all confronted in a collective way. Are we going to stay tied in a bud? Or are we opening up to possibilities of blossom as a collective, as a community, as finding expressions in a way that will help us to all fulfill what's here for us. Good morning, Balin and Suzanne. Yeah, so that might be part of our reflection right now. What does it feel like to you? Are you tied in a bud, or are you ready to take off? So in any way, taking off into meditation, as I said yesterday already, it means to me, I just find a way to sit or lie or be with myself where I don't, where I don't need to fidget, or where I can really focus on the next few minutes. So when you're ready, come into a comfortable position where you are either sitting or lying. You can also switch off the screen if you're currently with me here in Zoom, if that helps you to focus on yourself a little bit more. And again, you can always join us in these Zoom collectives where we do integration after the meditation. I'm closing my eyes for a moment right now, arriving in myself so you can arrive in yourself. And allowing for a moment to really notice those things that feel tight for you, tight. maybe a gentle expression of your fingers. Maybe one of your fingers is always a little bit more in tension. It has an intention maybe as well to show you something. So it's overactive, not possible, not able to let go. Maybe your feet feel that way, maybe a part in you, shoulder, the back. These are all areas we are all comfortably connected with as a pain or as in tightness, in tenderness. So focus on that area without narrating on how bad that feels or how good that feels or how that needs to be there and this is there, why. All these narrations just give fuel to move away from what wants to come through, what wants to happen in you. Instead, find the courage to become more present to that sensation. Maybe it's even more internal, like the tongue is sometimes the one that's showing how much tension you are holding because it's unable to release. As you're spotting all these areas of tightness, again, it's not about how perfect or imperfect you are. It's about how you're coming into acknowledging that this is just another way of your body's expression in presence. And how would that part of you, if you find your mind wandering to one area over and over again, or zigzagging, scanning the body, which is fine, maybe you can choose just one part of you that feels constantly in contraction. And by observing that part, imagine it's like a rosebud or something like a flower, something that you love observing coming into blossom. I personally love ferns, the way they unfold. And what would that look like? What would that part need from you to blossom, to loosen the grip of the narration and be in the tender spotlight of your loving presence? And shifting maybe to another place in your body that's now looking for your attention. And to meet in curious conversation with that part of you. And sometimes our attention is enough for that part to release and integrate back into the larger picture of your body, of the beautiful working machine inside and out. And the expression of moving into more blossom. Our life is like that. All our organs come from contraction into expansion. From when you came into this world, everything was working probably somehow magically, but it wasn't as it's in its full expression. And then everything that you experienced, whether it was personally or collective, maybe added to the way that part of you, that physical part of you, needed to respond and grew. Like when a tree is planted on a slanted riverside bed, it will blossom differently than when it's just in the middle of a forest. And if there's a lot of people, sorry, a lot of trees around you, maybe that your own tree couldn't find its full expression. And it's not about the story, but just noticing that your environment, your experiences are like that expression of life that has manifested in your body right now. It's not about it should have been perfect. It's about here, right now. And the way that you have become an individual expression of nature. Something that will never be repeated in the same way, that's for sure. We might look the same. We might be of same color or different color, but that is not all. Your own expression goes much deeper beyond the size and shape of your head, the length of your arms, torso, or legs. Beyond what maybe in the conventional world is kind of diagnosed. It has just a way of expressing itself. So you know your tenderness, your breaking spot, and your strength, and your gift. And in this awakening awareness that everything is just made for you, an expression of you, of your dharma, of that why you are here. Start to recognize that in other beings around you, so that the observation from this very moment, in this very time, becomes a reflection to anyone you meet today, even the person that walks by. And if, as always, you're looking for words to give to the other person, to even be a reminder for your own awakened presence, think about these words. May I be happy. May you be happy. May I be loved. May you be loved. May you live in the full blossom of your heart as I do. May all beings be happy. Whichever way is fine for you to come out of this web that we spun back here. Time to return. And for those who are watching live, I say goodbye until tomorrow, 10 a.m., same time, loving presence in being meditation. Thank you for watching.